Hi, first graders. Guess what? It is almost time to publish our small moment stories. Silent cheer for getting ready to publish. Yeah. But before I publish my piece, I have to decide which piece I want to publish. So I'm going to look through my writing folder, read through my old pieces. Oh, yeah. Here's the story I wrote about walking Toby, and Toby saw the squirrel. Oh, yeah, and here's the piece of when I went sledding down the hill and I hit the tree. These pieces are nice, but they're not the ones that I want to publish. Oh, here's the piece about when I went to the doctor's office with my mom. I worked so hard on this piece, and I already went back and revised, and I added my character talking. Yeah, this is the piece that I'm going to publish. So I'm going to put it off to the side. Writers, it's your turn. Look through your writing folder and pick out which piece you're going to publish and put it off to the side. Once you know what piece you're publishing, you can give your teacher a thumbs up. Great. So writers, we have some important work to do before we start to publish. Let's look back at this writing process chart. You've already thought of your ideas. You've planned your pieces across the pages. You sketched. You wrote. Now it's time to revise. When writers revise, it means they go back and they usually make changes to something. Okay? Writers ask themselves, did I say everything that I wanted to say in this piece? They make sure all of their ideas are down on paper before they publish. And if you look at this picture here of revising, you'll see a scissor and you'll see it looks like some cut up papers. That's because sometimes when you revise, it gets a little messy. You need to cut papers and move papers. There's this arrow here, and it's showing how they're moving the papers around, right? When we revise, sometimes it gets. Today I want to teach you that when writers of small moment stories revise, they make sure their story has a beginning, a middle, and an end, and they make sure that all of their pages are in the right order. Let's read through this story here and see if my beginning, middle, and end are in the correct order. One sunny day, I went to the beach with my sister. We splashed in the waves. We ran into the water. Does my beginning, middle, and end make sense? I'm hearing lots of kids saying that we splashed in the waves at the end of the story and that we run into the waves in the middle of the story. Let's read this again. Does this make more sense? Is my story in order now? One sunny day, I went to the beach with my sister. That sounds like the beginning. We ran into the water. That sounds like the middle. We splashed in the waves. That sounds like the end. Writers, just like we put this story in order with the beginning, middle, and the end, we can do that to our own writing pieces. Here's my piece about the trip to the doctor's office. As I revised today, I want to make sure that my piece has a beginning, a middle, and an end, and that all of my pages are in the right order. One day, I went to the doctor with my mom. I felt nervous. I hope I don't get a shot, I said. That sounds like the beginning. That sounds like the first thing to happen in a story. The nurse called my name. I went into the room. My heart started to beat loudly. You're getting a shot today, said the nurse. That sounds like it's getting to be the middle of my story. That makes sense. Then the doctor caught me. Wait, the doctor caught me? How did the doctor catch me? What was I doing? When did the doctor come in? What? I think I'm missing a page. I think I'm missing a really important part of my story. I'm missing the part where I start to run in circles. I forgot to put that in my book. Except my book only has a couple of pages. How can I get this part in? Well, I know that I can use the back of my pages. Writers can revise by adding another page of their books on the back. So here's what I'm going to do. Going to draw a quick box where I could put my pictures, and then I can draw some lines on the page. Wow, and look, just like that, I made another page for me to revise and write on. Now, this is the part of the book when I run around in circles because I don't want to get a shot. So I'm going to draw a quick sketch. Myself. I'm running in circles. Going in circles. And then I'm going to write on the lines. I started to run around the doctor's office. I did not want to get a shot. Okay, that makes more sense. I started to run around the doctor's office. I did not want to get a shot. Let me read the next page. Oh, then the doctor caught me. She gave me a shot. It didn't hurt. That makes a lot more sense in my story. I needed to add another page in the middle to make my writing easier to understand. Now I end the story with saying it didn't hurt, but I want to tell another part of my story. I want to keep writing. And I want to add on that after I left the doctor's office, since I was so brave, my mom got me an ice cream cone. And it started out as a bad day, but it ended up being a really great day. Now I have a big smile. That's how I want to end my piece. So I'm going to write. I could write on the back and add another page, or I can get a blank piece of paper to write. I'm thinking that I would like to get a blank piece of paper. So I'm going to take this paper and I'm going to draw another box for my picture. And then I can draw some lines. And look, I just made another page of writing paper. Now, this page isn't stapled yet. I want it to be stapled to my book, but I'm not going to staple it yet because that's going to take away my time from writing and from revising. I know that I could staple this at the very end of writing workshops. Today, you are going to read through the piece that you are going to publish. Do you have a beginning, middle, and end? Do you need to revise and add any other pages to your work? Remember, you can revise by adding a page on the back, by writing on the back, or you can revise by getting a blank sheet of paper. Off you go.